Tony! What's your name? Ezekiel! Fuck you, Ezekiel! Fuck you!
Had to switch up on the flow, gotta keep them on their toes. I move quick, I make the most, why they copy what I wrote. Follow everything I post, never trip about a clone, cause they know what's a sheep to a goat. Yeah. Welcome to the main event. Applying pressure, but I promise they ain't make it then. In their heads, living free, I ain't paying rent. Wake up in the AM, making G's like Mercedes-Benz. Whoa, hey, please don't take offense. It isn't you, I'm just not interested in making friends. My biggest fear is finding out that this came and went. So go ahead, but I'm staying in.
I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up?
Motherfucker, I hate this motherfucker.
No, Sam, that's not how we do it. Let me show you how we take care of the creature. Let me show you how we take care of the creature. Go, Rita!
No, hold on. Let me finish my point, you jerk.
You don't call your dad a jerk.
Well, you're being a jerk.
The laws of physics do not exist on my charcoal grill.
But what's the weirdest thing you've ever killed and ate?
Siamese twins.
Siamese. What did you say? Siamese twins.
But my agent said I may need to get a lawyer after that comment.
Oh God, I just got what you were saying. That's not what I meant. Oh man, that is just off the wall bad. We just had one of our guests on, Jason Fry, talking about the Celtics are going to win their 19th championship. So what have you got to say about that?
Who this Jason Fry character is, he was talking about doing hard shit. Well, his prediction is bullshit. Okay. All right. I have a feeling we're about to be joined by Sir George. He normally comes out of the black hole. Oh, there he is. Sir George. He is back.
Play football. What's up?
Well, I just want to say,
Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. I just sold Jerry. Hey, Jerry. You said, well, this ain't your number one. Your number one, Jerry. Number one.
Oh, my God. We're moving on. We've killed the Cowboys. Matter of fact, get out. I'm tired of talking to you. Give me freaking JJ. Bring JJ on the show. Holy crap. Let's hear his opinion about this damn trade and why they made this decision. I think you're trying to cover your own ass right now and just not admit you were wrong.
In the country.
I think you're just trying to cover your ass right now. And don't.
You know what? I got a big ass, so
that's a lot of
cover. A lot of cover. It take a blanket, damn it.
More like a drape.
Did you just pull a drape? Is that so I can open it up when I need to go?
Hey, you're getting too deep into this. Rivalries make sports great, but they got to be on the same level. And I'm sorry, Angel Reese ain't on the level of Caitlin Clark. Like, it's not Magic Bird. If you don't want to commit to it, take your ass and be a PE All-Star.
First off, you need to get your facts effing straight.
How do you like me now? What? You're the coach. Shut up, dude. All you haters, shut the hell up. Just shut the hell up.
Whoa.
I won 5 Super Bowls, damn it. How dare you call the Cowboys a shit team? Watch the Cowboys. It'll be fun, they said. Bloody fucking hell, it was no fun.
It was like riding a train around one of the Kardashians' asses, and you just disappear into this abyss of ass. Somehow he talked about buttholes that made me hungry for a PBJ sandwich. It's 35-7, and it's only 7 because you just scored. Shut up.
And they're playing with sticks, and they're playing with a little puck all the time.
Expert analysis right there. They play with sticks and pucks. Trying to grow the game, man. Global game.
These people, they don't give a damn.
Well, I don't really know, but it drives me nuts. almost gonna laugh. I can see it. Almost fixing to lose it. It drives me nuts.
Oh man.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
Yes, folks. Welcome back to this beautiful, chilly Wednesday night. The self-proclaimed best in the podcast game. On Time Sports Talk, back at it. I am Casey, the remix schedule, the bald and the beautiful. Down below me is my pops, the old man, Eddie, the original schedule. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. Oh my God, what a great week for football. I'm so looking forward to talking about this stuff.
Yep, it is. It is a phenomenal week, but we also, well, before we get to how we normally start the show, I'm going to give a little rundown to the folks. We obviously got Cowboys Eagles recap and a preview of tomorrow's game against the Chiefs, and some other things about the Cowboys that happened this past week. But then we got our NFL roundabout. We're going to get lost around the way, talking all things NFL performances from last week. Then we got the college football rankings and what are the current matchups going to look like and what could absolutely cause chaos. I have a feeling I know. What's up, Kenny? We appreciate you tuning in, man. Appreciate it. We also got a trade. It's not a big Major League Baseball time of the year for us, but the Rangers have made a trade. They're trading away one of their stars. We'll talk a little bit about that. And the NBA Cup has started. We're diving deep into the NBA Cup. Then we got making the most of your moments. And then we got tidbits, randoms, and whiskey of the week, which, if you guess what's in this canter, I will personally send you a bottle. You got to do it on your first guess.
Alcohol.
Yeah, you got to what type of bourbon / whiskey it is. So if you guess what's in the canter, you will. All you got to do is DM me, and I will personally send you a bottle of what's in that canter. So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we always like to start the show as to tell the people we are not comedians, but we do try our hand at comedy. And that's a tribute to our number one fan from day one. The old man tries to make us laugh. He didn't make me laugh. He made Kenny laugh last week. Kenny did laugh. But we are going on. I thought I felt something go across my foot. I was like, what the hell just happened? We're going on a year and a half plus on you having terrible jokes. So go ahead, hit the people with the joke.
Well, first and foremost, before we have a laugh, something serious is to say to the. We want to say thoughts and prayers out to the two service National Guards from West Virginia who were shot today in Washington, D.C. Thoughts and prayers to them. I know they're fighting for their life right now. So thoughts and prayers for those guys. Obviously, us being veterans, we know what it's like to be out there. But luckily we made it out pretty much unscathed. And but those guys out there, those young men and women putting their lives on the line. Put thoughts and prayers to those families right now that those folks make it to Thanksgiving and make it through that. So, all right, now to bring you back up, let me bring you a joke that's going to make you laugh. Did I tell you what happened to me the other day in the parking lot? I was attacked by a bunch of clowns. But unlike the usual, I won the fight. You know why? Because I went straight for the jugular.
Wow.
All right. There you go. Just clowning around.
Yeah.
When I first saw him, I said, look at that bunch of clowns.
You're not getting any better.
Yeah, you're about to lose it. You're about to lose it. Went for the jugular. Juggler.
Horrific. I don't know if that brought anyone back up. I'm just going to be honest.
I think it did.
Matter of fact, 4 people tuned out as soon as you said it. So, all right. All right, folks. Let's get into these Dallas Cowboys. Holy shish kebabs. What in the petunias was going on? The Cowboys, largest comeback in franchise history on those Eagles. And I know my dad wants to say it. It rhymes with the word fly something. I don't know how their saying goes up there in Philly, but would you like to announce it to the people?
Cry, Eagles, cry.
Oh, that's what it is. Cry, Eagles, cry. Yes, and I'm going to give you credit. You never lost faith while we were texting back and forth. And we don't text a ton during the games because I work a lot on the weekends, so you're never sure if I'm home watching it. But so yes, I texted you.
It ain't over.
Yeah, I texted you when it was 21-0, and I said we both picked the Cowboys. What the hell were we thinking that the Cowboys were ever going to win this game? And I've never been so happy to be so wrong on a game prediction, to be honest with you. So, yes, the Cowboys get it done. An amazing comeback, a team effort, and wow. I mean, what were your thoughts on how the game went, how it turned out, and then we'll start getting into some specifics on it.
Being the fact that just the week before I watched the team behind me here come back from 30-3 and win a game, that's why I wasn't losing hope. And the difference in the Cowboys, and both of us and a lot of people said, Schottenheimer, what the hell? Why are they hiring this guy? But what I'm going to tell you right now is my hat's off to him. Obviously, I'm not wearing a hat. But I think he has put a new attitude in this team to keep them in the game. Whereas in the past, if they were down 21-0, let's just go back to the Garrett Cowboys. 21-0, it was just going to continue to get worse. It was going to continue to get terrible. Kenny saying right there said it was awesome that his Eagles fan was devastated. But, obviously the Nealon the loss of their teammate has kind of galvanized this team. And they're waving that flag and everything. And that's wonderful that they're saluting that to him. And I think you've had a couple leaders on the team in Dak and Solomon Thomas in the locker room who have really shown what type of character they have of going through this crisis and this tragedy and coming out of it with a full head of steam. And the fact that they just stayed the course, they didn't get upset. They just stayed the course. And if you've watched any of the mic'd up videos of Dak on the sideline, he's like, look, man, it's 21. All we got to get's 1. Then it's 14. We are not out of this yet. Stay focused. Stay focused. And I'll be darned if they did. And this defense, with that shored up defensive line, I just think, all these infusion of these players coming back and the trades. Someone said it that Jerry may have the last laugh, and everybody was making fun of him and everything with all the stuff that's going on this year. But he may have the last laugh.
Yeah, hold on to that thought because that's something I want to get to here in a minute. But I want to focus on the game. So you mentioned they come out inspired. I think the team was I think they're a little bit emotionally spent actually at the start of that game. When you get down 21-0, the obviously what the team has gone through. There's no right way, wrong way to deal with grief. So you just never know in that situation. So, but I think what really gave it hope was after the first drive. The offense for Philly wasn't like burning it up. That first drive they're hitting AJ Brown. It was like, oh damn, okay, the Cowboys defense was it was the Raiders. Here we go again. And ultimately, they figured out, the defense figured it out in the second half, which ironically, both games against Philly, that's how it went for the Phillies offense. They looked great in the first half. Obviously, if you remember week one, they had the weather delay and it just threw everything off for both offenses. But Dallas getting that touchdown right before the half is when I started feeling like, okay, if the defense can come out and get a stop in the first half, and we can even get a field goal on the next possession, then I was the like prayers went to, okay, we can do this, right? So I think it looked it was an interesting ebb and flow of game, but you didn't have the Eagles offense. We all know the Eagles offense struggles, and it wasn't like they were burning it up and just driving it up and down the field. It was, it was a couple turnovers by Dallas and good field position and things of that nature that put them in position to score 2 out of their 3 touchdowns. So it was an incredible comeback. I think the big standout, and you text me every time he has a big game, is George Pickens. I think people are starting to have the conversation of, is George Pickens better than CeeDee Lamb?
In this game he was.
In this game he was, for sure. Pickens, for some reason, has the yips against the Eagles. 7 drops, I think, this year in the 2 Eagles games. But I'll tell you what, no matter what the records are, it's hard to bet against Dak Prescott now against the NFC East. That dude owns the East. And, we both picked Dallas. We believe they're going to win. I didn't think it was going to turn around like it did on Sunday, but it was fun to watch. It was entertaining. And I think it's something to ultimately build on and have belief going into. You got these next 2 games, they're rough. Now, if the Cowboys lose the Chiefs game, it's not the end of the world. That's an AFC team. It doesn't necessarily matter too much in the standings. The Lions game is what is really on the line when you start talking playoff positioning. So, but you mentioned Jerry Jones having the last laugh, and I had something written down. Is, do we got to start giving credit to Jerry Jones? You mentioned Shoddy and how his impact. Well, Jerry Jones was the only dude in the league that thought Shoddy should get a shot at a head coaching job, and I think that's been a good hire. The Pickens trade, the Devontae Williams signing, the trade for Quinnen Williams, and the trade for Pickens. And so, and don't forget Logan Wilson in there. So the improvements on the defense, and then if you start going back through the drafts, obviously Tyler Booker, Tyler Guyton, Izaraku, Cooper Beebe, Overshown 2 or 3 drafts ago came out of that. That was probably their worst draft in the last 3 years. You had Mozzie, Luke Schoonmaker, and a bunch of guys who aren't on the team. That was the Deuce Vaughn draft as well. But before that, you had Tyler Smith, Sam Williams, Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson, Deron Bland, Damon Clark. So that's just the last 4 drafts. So I think you have to start giving a little bit of credit, even though I think for them to win a Super Bowl, Jerry's got to do something he hasn't done in a long time, and it's spend a little money in this offseason. And I think
that's to Kenny's point. He says it sure is nice to have them both. But this was what makes me nervous, is that Pickens is playing so well it's going to be obvious that he needs to stay with the team. Him and Dak have chemistry. Dak trusts him as much as he trusts CD, if not more, because that one pass, I mean, Pickens is covered, but Dak says, go get it. And that's exactly what Pickens does. He goes up and gets it. And you look at the end of the game. If it wasn't for Pickens to running those slants, I mean, he was killing them on the slants. That's something we haven't seen. At least I haven't seen since Michael Irvin. Aikman and Michael Irvin used to kill teams with the slant, and it's just because, like Michael Irvin said, that ball was perfectly thrown, and it looks the same thing as Dak to Pickens on that slant. Um, and that's hard to defend against. It's one of the hardest passes to defend against because you make like you're going down the field and you just cut across and the ball's already out of the quarterback's hands. So unless you read it from the get-go, it's really, really hard to stop.
I think you're forgetting Tony Romo to Des Bryant as well. But yeah, but I think the conversation and they're going to be able to maneuver. There was a great article. I should have wrote it down, but they talked about how the Cowboys can maneuver to afford all this and keep Pickens. And I think they're not going to do anything before the end of the season. That's obvious. But
can't they franchise tag him too?
They can franchise tag him, but I don't think he would be happy under the franchise tag. I think he would be an issue under the franchise tag, and I think he's earned not to be franchise tag. Now they may tag him.
He's earned it. I keep saying it every week. Resign him now.
Yeah, I see your text messages all the time saying re-sign him, and I don't disagree. I think he adds a dynamic to here. I think you don't have to pay Quinnen Williams or a big time free agent other than Pickens. Pickens is your guy you have to sign this offseason in-house. And, I've seen Trayvon Diggs say he would take a pay cut to stay. Today, I came across that story because I think he's worried about being let go because I think they save a ton of money with him being let go and Robert and Steele at right tackle. So, well, we got the Chiefs tomorrow. The Chiefs are a little bit desperate. I mean, they did beat the Colts on Sunday. But the Chiefs haven't looked like the Chiefs. The Cowboys seem to be on the uptick. What are you expecting to see this upcoming weekend, or not weekend, tomorrow in less than 48 hours, actually? Matter of fact, this time tomorrow the game will be over. So what do you expect to see from the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and I mean, that's going to be one of our picks. So if you want to kind of give away your pick, you're more than welcome. But I'm interested to see or hear what you think you're going to see tomorrow.
Well, I think the Chiefs still suffer a little bit from a running game. And the thing, I think the Cowboys now with Overshawn back, they have Logan in there now, the linebackers that they have, I think they have the ability to contain Mahomes because Mahomes, remember, he's very mobile and will find ways to get out of the pocket and make things happen. So if the Cowboys can contain him in the pocket and get that type of pressure like they had, I mean, they didn't have a lot of sacks in this Eagle game, but they sure as hell had a lot of pressure and caused Hurts to throw the ball way before he wanted to. So I think it's going to be a very competitive game, but I think it's going to come down to turnovers. It's who's going to commit the turnovers. The most turnovers is going to win this ball game. That's how close I think it's going to be. But the other factor in this whole thing is that Dallas is used to playing these short weeks like this. They have experience at it. Dak has experience at it. The Chiefs do not necessarily. This is what I give the edge to the Cowboys. Well, there's two things I give the edge to the Cowboys. It's the fact that they are riding high right now. They have one of the most explosive offenses they've had in years. And the Chiefs defense is a little suspect. Um, so that's one of the things that I give the edge is that Cowboys have the momentum right now, even though the Chiefs had a comeback. But the Chiefs come back. The Chiefs are supposed to be the elite team. So the fact that they're having to come back says a little bit about their team, that they are not that elite team anymore. They've aged a little bit, but I'm giving the edge to the Cowboys because I just think they are on a climb right now. Whereas the Chiefs, I think they've probably leveled out. They're doing okay. But they're coming into a hornet's nest right now. The Cowboys are motivated, they're ready to go. And I think they see if we can just run the table, then we'll shut all those haters up and carry that flag of our fallen teammate on into the playoff.
Yeah, ultimately, I think it's going to be tough for the Cowboys tomorrow. Andy Reid is he's probably the best coach in the NFL, especially offensively. I think he's going to find a way to make Eberflus pay for running so much zone. With that, I do like what the Cowboys have been doing on defense a little more. And a part of that is you have 3 defensive tackles and you're not letting anybody run the ball. So when you can make a team one-dimensional, it makes it a little easier. The problem is they know what you're going to do on defense when it comes to Eberflus's zone scheme. So it'll be I think that's going to be the key. The Chiefs offense and the Dallas defense. I think the Cowboys offense will put up some points, but will the Dallas defense do enough? Will these guys continue? Well, now Overshown did look better this past game. Running up the middle against the Cowboys for years was, hey, do it every time. That's how you gash them. That isn't there. So with Overshown's speed and some of these other guys that have come back to attack perimeter runs, it makes a big difference. They can chase it down, and you can't run up the middle anymore and put a blocker on the backside or weak side linebacker flying in there to make the tackle. So we'll see. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be a good game. I'll save my pick until we do picks with Pops here in a little bit. But so yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with it. And this is a big 17-day stretch for the Cowboys. They have 4 games. Obviously, the one against the Eagles, Chiefs, and then we got the Lions next. So big time stretch here for the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. If we can run the ball tomorrow with Williams, and if the offensive line can dominate and not let Chris Jones be a game wrecker, I like the offensive chances. So yeah, when one thing happened Sunday, I'm going to switch gears here a little bit. Dak Prescott became the all-time leading passer for the Dallas Cowboys. He passed Tony Romo. Where do you put Dak on the echelon of Dallas Cowboy quarterbacks? He's the all-time leading passer, but I don't think either of us say he's the best Dallas Cowboys quarterback. In comparison to Tony Romo, they have basically the same career to this point. So where do you rank them? You've obviously got 4 to really choose from: Roger, Troy, Tony, and Dak. You could even throw Danny White in there if you like. What do you think?
Tim and Tony Romo obviously fall into a different tier. You have the tier 1, which is Aikman and Staubach. And why are they tier 1? It's because they won championships. And that's the thing is, and I was thinking about this today, or when they showed that stat, even that Dak went ahead of Romo, it shows they are doing more than Aikman and Staubach had to do. And obviously, Staubach was in an era where you didn't throw it like you do because the quarterback was not protected, and even Aikman, same thing. But it just goes to show that the quarterback can't do it all. You have to have a championship team, and you think of Staubach, the defenses Staubach had on his side, the type of offenses he had. He had a Hall of Fame running back in Tony Dorsett. You go to Aikman, obviously you had the triplets, 3 Hall of Famers right there with numerous other Hall of Famers on that football team. And so you have to have a championship team because you can have that great quarterback. And to me, obviously, Dak has proven it. As much as people want to bag on him and all this other stuff, he has thrown for more yards. And just like you said, he owns the NFC East, which is your division. That's what you want a quarterback to do. But he's in the same tier, which I call tier 2, with Tony Romo. And he will move out of that and become tier 1 when he's able to win a Super Bowl. But
to answer your question, Kenny, it was Kellen Moore, then Mike McCarthy called plays last year after Kellen left, and then now Shoddy. So it's 3, and it's two head coach. Well, no, 3 head
Garrett
coaches.
called them for a little while too.
I don't think he called them when Dak was quarterbacking. That was a little earlier in Tony's reign. To answer my own question, I see, to me, Tony Romo is the most talented quarterback the Cowboys have ever had. I think his talent was in how he threw the ball and how he processed the game, and is, to me, second to none. But he's not. He doesn't rank higher than Aikman and Staubach. Obviously, you're talking championships and some of the greatest teams ever to suit it up. So, I think that's that Dak continues. Dak's going to have a longer career. I think ultimately we're going to sit here and say Dak was a better quarterback than Tony Romo. But Tony also played in an era where not everything, a pat to the head wasn't roughing the passer, right? So, but Tony's toughness he played with punctured lungs, and the things he did for the franchise were very. I haven't forgot him. I'll just say that. So, but I think it's an interesting conversation as it continues. And if Dak wins a Super Bowl, or even gets the NFC Championship, I mean, I think the question is pretty easily answered there. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and take our first commercial break here. We're going to hear a little bit real quick from easyleadership.com. Run it.
Parents, help your student find their true path with the Berkman Career Assessment. Imagine if you had discovered your true passion right after high school. How much further along would you be in a fulfilling life? Now picture giving that gift to your student. The Berkman Career Assessment is designed to uncover the career paths that align with your student's unique personality, interests, and needs. Don't let them wander through years of uncertainty. Equip them with clarity and confidence to pursue a future where they thrive. Act now. Invest in their purpose with Berkman today at easyleadership.com or email us for a free career checkup.
So check it out. easyleadership.com. It is only, just imagine spending $150, the same amount you would spend on shoes or clothes or school supplies, probably a lot less, to help your student match their career choices with their personality, and also help you communicate better with them.
And my wife just spent $150 on shoes. So
there you go.
Yeah. But all right, let's go ahead and get to our NFL roundabout. Let's get lost in the world of the NFL. Let's go ahead and start here local. The Texans take down the Bills. So I didn't see that coming. You didn't see that coming. We both picked the Bills. The Texans defense actually
One time I picked Josh, he lets me down.
yeah, well, that's
The one
because
time.
he just had to repay you for hating for your entire life. So
Well, it's just he just is never going to win anything.
we're not having this discussion again. We're not going into this again. You're baiting me right now with that line. All right. So we'll go. Yeah. Yes, Linda, you did do that, and thank you for commenting. I love you, babe. So, but back to the Texans. I agree with you, Kenny. The Texans defense, it is a championship level defense. 100%. It really is. They made Josh Allen feel uncomfortable all day long. It was a defensive masterclass by the Texans. David Mills came through, did enough to get the Texans to win the win, and that made up for the god awful all red uniforms they're wearing. So, but
don't like those.
I know it's too much red. I don't know. I know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. I know what it looks like to me, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, so the question that I have, I think D'Amico Ryan saved his job with that win. I think he's been a little bit on the hot seat, in my opinion. But I think beating the Bills, beating a team like that, saved his job. That's my thoughts on it. And I guess you're doing a text, so I will keep going. But it just
sorry, my job that I make money at texting me. Yes, what did you say? Say it again.
He said, I think with that win, D'Amico Ryan saved his job because I think he's been on the hot seat.
Yes, your terrible take on the D'Amico Ryan's job situation. I got it. I don't think he was coaching for his job. I think he is loved by the GM and the ownership. So ultimately, now if they struggle next year, then I think he was. But he's definitely more comfortable. I guess I agree with you on that one. But I don't think he was ultimately coaching for his job. But
the world may never know.
No, we won't. We will not know that particular fact. But I do like what the Texans are doing. They're starting to figure it out a little bit on the offensive side with Nick Caley. I was saying he should have been fired earlier in the year, like many other Texans fans in the Houston area. So it'll be an interesting rest of their season if they can keep stringing some games together. But at this point, just like the Cowboys have kind of dug out of this hole, but I was going to say like the Cowboys building for next year. I mean, it's still going to be an uphill climb for the boys. But all right, Texans. Let's go to the most polarizing rookie in the league. Shedeur Sanders gets his first start for the Cleveland Browns, gets the win. He was talking a lot of confidence after the win. Does Cleveland have something to be excited about now with Shedeur Sanders? What do you think?
They were playing the Raiders. So let's but here's the thing. It's Cleveland, right? And
it rocks.
I can't think of the last quarterback who's lasted more than a year, just off the top of my head, in Cleveland.
Baker Mayfield lasted more than a year.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield, but once again, he didn't actually start playing football until he went to Tampa Bay. But I think let's see what he can do. Obviously, You know, a lot of people feel that he should have been drafted higher, but hopefully he'll bring a different look to that football team. I mean, obviously they're 3-8, so what there's nothing to lose, right? Except just go out and try to play and win and prove that you should have been drafted higher or you belong as the starting quarterback. I don't think he obviously didn't light it up, but he also didn't make a lot of mistakes, which was the main thing.
Well, he didn't light it up as an understatement. He was 11 for 20, 209 yards, and most of that was on one pass. That was a hell of a play. I'm not taking that play away from him, but he had one touchdown, one interception, so he wasn't clean there, and he got helped out by the running game a little bit. Jukins had 2 rushing touchdowns, but yeah, I just there is something about the dude that it's hard to get behind him a lot of the time. And we've wished him well on this show. Like anytime we've criticized him, we want him to do well. So I hope this is a stepping stone for Shedeur in the right direction. But in being a franchise quarterback and maybe carrying somewhere a franchise, they don't have a lot invested in him, so it's really on him. But if he gets let go from Cleveland, he's going to get a shot somewhere else, I would imagine. And but I was happy for the Browns faithful. I lived in Columbus, Ohio for 5 years. I know a lot of Cleveland fans and a lot of Cincinnati fans. So the Cleveland fans, man, they've been hurting a very, very long time. And I just see the sad, depressed post every week from them on my Facebook feed from the Cleveland Browns fans. So hope he continues to improve, and I hope they can build something out there, because I mean they have an absolutely dominant defense out there. So I really hope they figure it out. But the team I've been riding all year lost. We kind of mentioned this earlier. I've been excited about the Colts, the resurrection of Daniel Jones's career, Jonathan Taylor looking like an MVP candidate, and then they lose to the Chiefs. I didn't see that one coming. Do you think the Chiefs found a little something over the Colts, that'll carry them into tomorrow?
Chiefs did what they kind of have always done. I mean, that's Andy Reid. His team doesn't lose focus, and they work hard to stay in the game. But was it? We've talked about Indiana Jones, but now we'll have to talk about No-Show Jones. He just didn't look right in this game. I mean, he did starting out, but then it just kind of looked like the old Daniel Jones of the Giants. But I think this is so I put this more on the Colts blowing this game than I do on the Chiefs making a giant comeback.
Interesting.
So,
I mean, it was an overtime game. So,
yes.
Daniel Jones, 19 for 31, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, no sacks taken. I think what held the Colts back this game was the lack of running game. Jonathan Taylor, who I mentioned, MVP candidate, no touchdowns, 16 for 58, which is a 3.6 yards a carry. That's not going to get it done. Especially when you have Daniel Jones as your quarterback, who relies on that play action game and playing off the running game. That's when he's at his best. So, I think it was a little bit of a mix, but credit to the Chiefs. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, unless they're playing the Cowboys tomorrow. So, but were there any other performances, things that you caught your eye in the NFL roundabout?
Well, there's 2, and it was the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. First off, the Buccaneers, unfortunately, Baker Mayfield getting hurt. I did think they would put more of a fight, but man, how good are the Rams? The Rams are just Matthew Stafford is the league MVP in my mind right now, and they just have some of the best players in the NFL in my opinion. And the Rams are a very balanced football team, offense and defense. And they just took it to the Buccaneers. Obviously, they lost Baker Mayfield, which was an issue, but the other one was the Panthers. I thought the Panthers would show a little bit more. I really felt like the Panthers had a good chance to win this game, but they just for whatever reason they just couldn't hang with the 49ers. And so those scores were a little bit surprising to me. I think the Jaguars are still the jury's still out on them. I mean, they played the Cardinals, who are 3-8 now, and barely beat them by a few field goals. So we're just going to have to see how that goes. But those were the two big games that stood out to me. Just how dominant the Rams were, and the fact that the Panthers didn't really show up in that game on Monday night.
Yeah, Bryce Young just looks. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to last in this league as far as a starting quarterback or a franchise quarterback potential. I will say this: is the Baker Mayfield is sprained left shoulder, so he's not gonna. He hasn't been ruled out for this weekend, by the way. So, but yeah, that was a what we would say an old-fashioned ass kicking for the Bucks by the Rams, and I think the Rams are the most complete team overall right now in the NFC. I think they should be your Super Bowl favorites because they don't have the limitations of Philly on offense. They don't have the drama. They have the coaching. They have a phenomenal defense. Verse may be the best pass rusher in the league. It's probably between him and Micah Parsons, honestly. And so, but speaking of Micah, he got double-digit sacks again this year. He is one of two people to have double-digit sacks in his first 5 years in the league. Can you name the other one? A little sports trivia here.
Say the question again.
So Micah Parsons is only the second player in NFL history to start off his career with 10 sacks in each of his first 5 years. Can you name the other one?
Each of his first 5 years. I'm going to say Michael Strahan.
That is incorrect. It is Reggie White.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I've learned when there's any sack stat, I just guess Reggie White every time. So, especially when it comes to records. All right. That's going to wrap up the NFL roundabouts. We got lost in the what?
Can I say, nobody's talking about something. Nobody talks about this anymore. But the Madden cover curse has come around quite a few times. And who's on the cover this year?
Saquon.
Yeah. Last year, he was hurt for most of the year, was a certain guy named Christian McCaffrey. The year before that, I don't think it really affected Josh Allen in 2023. But so nobody's really talking about that anymore. The players still want to get on the cover of Madden because look at Barkley. No one saw that Barkley was going to fall off the map like this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a conversation we could have had on what's wrong with Saquon. I don't know if anything's necessarily wrong with Saquon Barkley, even though I think getting 480 touches in a year is going to take its toll, which is what he had last year between regular season and postseason. I think the offensive line is not as good. Obviously, Lane Johnson being out, he's been nursing injuries all year. Kelsey retires. and the line just hasn't looked the same. And I know you don't like him. I know you say he was not a good offensive coordinator or he's not a good head coach, and head coach is to be determined. But Kellen Moore has had multiple number one offenses in this league with the Eagles and the Cowboys. So he was doing something last year.
There's lots of guys who are good coordinators, but they shouldn't be head coaches.
And
we see that.
I know that, but you didn't like him when he was a coordinator either. So
well, not when he was in Dallas, and he took the Chargers from being decent to the bottom of the league.
Well, he didn't have a good year with the Chargers, but I know for sure 2 out of those years, the Cowboys were number one in offense in the league. So he does something right as a coordinator. Like I said, to be determined as a head coach. We'll see where that leads. So let the Kellen Moore saga continue after this year. So, all right, we're going to take our second break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little college football rankings. What happened last week? Not a lot of big games last week. I mean, hell, A&M was playing Samford. I could have suited up and beat Samford. So we're going to talk a little bit about the bracket and where the matchups would be right now as well. So some words from Easy Leadership. Stay tuned, come back, and keep rolling on with us.
Have you heard of the DISC communication tool? Yes, most people in business have. But there is a new tool out there that is tailored for leadership teams. It is called the DISC Work of Leaders and focuses on 3 main areas: vision, alignment, and execution. This amazing assessment is not just a game changer. It is a business strategy necessity if you want to create sustainability. Let's be honest, a lot of executives spend many hours in HR dealing with people issues, and that happens because of reactive leadership. If you are sitting in HR trying to figure out what happened after the fact, then you are not able to concentrate on running your department or business, and it steals your time. Email us or call. It's free to talk about it and learn how to become proactive in your leadership. Big or small, we have a plan to build on your strengths and an action plan for your challenges. Join Eddie Schedule, our CEO and founder, for a quick video on what a report does for you. Head over to our website and scroll down to see this amazing video of the DISC Work of Leaders tool. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you.
EasyLeadership.com. Call us. We will get you set up, get your strategic framework set up for the next year based on real data instead of just guessing.
All right. College football. For us, the Aggies took care of their business, of course. So, like I said, they'd smashed Samford. Didn't even watch the game. I wasn't going to waste my time with that garbage. I was actually at a kid's birthday party, believe it or not. So, yeah, that was fun.
Okay. I watched the game. I mean, it was good to see because the backups got a chance to play in this game, so you could see a few of the future for the Aggies there.
Yeah, they're all going to transfer like everyone does. So
I don't think people are going to transfer from A&M. A&M's one you want to stay at right now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There wasn't many games that really hit the slot or hit the waves last year. I know Oregon, I think was Oregon playing? They were playing a ranked
USC.
Yeah, they're playing USC. So I know their coach was talking a little smack. Oh, we didn't take a bye week this week or whatever. And is what it is. This is typically how it is every year. Is you kind of get a cupcake semi bye week when a lot of these big time programs play.
How about Notre Dame? Notre Dame and Syracuse, 70-7. That's a football score.
Well, that's at least a Division I program they played that they smashed. Like, but
70.
But the current college football rankings, I'm going to throw this up on the screen. This is what we got currently, if it would happen. And this is going to change a little bit. You got some rivalry games this weekend: Ohio State, Michigan, Texas, Texas A&M. I think the Iron Bowl is this week too. Auburn, Alabama.
It's rivalry week.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, so what we got is, by the way, you're a little down in your picture there. You couldn't even. There you go. I was like, all I could see was the top of your head. So
there we go.
All right. So this is what you would get. The first round buys, the top 4 seeds: Ohio State, Georgia, A&M, Indiana. Any of these potential matchups, which one in the first round intrigues you the most?
The one that intrigues me the most would be, well, there's 2 of them. That's going to be Notre Dame and Oklahoma, and then Alabama and Ole Miss. You know, obviously you've got a lot going on with Lane Kiffin. What's going to happen? Is he going to leave? Is he going to stay? I think he's going to leave, but we'll see what happens there. But those would be 2 of the biggest ones to me: Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and then Ole Miss and Alabama.
Yeah, obviously the closest matchup there is Notre Dame, Oklahoma. That defense versus Notre Dame's running game, I think, would be really interesting to see. You know, but if I think the intriguing part here is Texas Tech and BYU. I know BYU is not on the screen, but they're going to end up playing in the Big 12 championship game. And I think Texas Tech is high enough in the rankings that if they lose to BYU, they're still going to be in. And BYU is going to be in the top 12, and it's who gets knocked out. And that's either Alabama, Notre Dame, or Miami. So I think that's going to be really interesting how that plays out. Obviously, you got the best of the power of the 6 conferences, which is why you got Tulane up there. The Mean Green, I'm a little sad to say they're going downhill. Their coach is going to Oklahoma State, and then their quarterback has said, I'm not playing in the conference championship game or whatever bowl game they go into. So Mean Green going down pretty quick after an amazing season up there in North Texas. So, but in this current bracket, you know, Damo was on the show, was commenting a lot on the show. We don't want that matchup. Well, in this bracket, we wouldn't see him till the championship game, which that would be a hell of a lot of fun. And we're going to have to either bring Damo on the show, or we're going to have to start making some bets on what's going to happen between us and him. But yeah, I think, and with it being rivalry week, man, yeah, I still think the best rivalry game in college football is Ohio State, Michigan. Like we talked about this last year, and we kind of like what are the best rivalry games? You know, obviously in basketball it's Duke, North Carolina, but in football it is Ohio State, Michigan is the best one to me. Second is Army, Navy to me, and then it's Texas A&M, and then Texas OU. So with those 2 teams, and Michigan is a solid team this year, you just throw out the records, and you just never know what's going to happen. So if you want to throw a monkey wrench in all this even more, have Ohio State lose to Michigan, who I think is ranked like 15, 16, somewhere around there. So that'll get really interesting too.
Yeah, well, I don't necessarily agree with you on all your greatest rivalry things here. I think it depends on which part of the country you're in, because I couldn't give 2 poops about Ohio State and Michigan, except the fact that this year I want Michigan to win. But I think the people in Alabama and the people in Auburn might have a little bit to say about rivalries because Alabama-Auburn is a huge rivalry. And that game,
Not outside
Alabama better
Alabama.
be ready. What's that?
When I say the best, I'm talking about the mass appeal. So Alabama, Auburn, the Iron Bowl doesn't have mass appeal. I just
It doesn't
Michigan.
right now because Auburn is terrible. Auburn has not been good. But in the past, when Auburn was good, Alabama was good, that one had the same level of it. Now, I think obviously Texas and Texas A&M is a huge one. Texas and Oklahoma is a huge one. The Red River Shootout
Red
is a
River
huge one.
rivalry.
Huh?
It's not the Red River Shootout. It's the Red River rivalry.
Okay, whatever. But it's Red River something or other. But
I want you to be properly informed.
And I'm sure that people in Arizona and Arizona State is a big one.
Stop it.
You know,
stop with that. That was terrible.
But I'm talking about the people, and it depends on what part of the country you're on about rivalries. You know, and you know it's sad to me when we talk about rivalries. One of the big ones used to be the Cowboys and Redskins, and now it's not even talked about as a rivalry anymore because of the stupid ass Commanders. It's like it's Cowboys and Commanders. So yeah, that's just goofy to me. Change it back to the Redskins so we can have Cowboys versus the Indians. That's the way life should have been, and they messed it all up.
Classic. Well, I'll be. I think this bracket ultimately sets up to some interesting matchups. You know, if this would be how it ended up, you know, I would expect Oregon to beat Miami and Texas A&M and Oregon is a fun matchup. I think it's a toss-up with Alabama and Ole Miss, but whoever Indiana ends up playing. And same thing with Ohio State and Oklahoma. I would love to see Ohio State's offense versus Oklahoma's defense. And I think Tulane would obviously lose to Texas Tech. And, you know, the red and black versus the red and black would be interesting. But or maybe Tulane will pull it out as the little guy.
Well, this Friday we have a slew of games with A&M and Texas, obviously, and you know, that was funny because Texas is not allowing us to bring our mascot Reveille there, and that's payback because we wouldn't let their cow on our stadium because he takes a big poop, even though our mascot is a nice, you know, dog who's very well trained, house trained, and all that stuff, but we didn't want their cow in our stadium. That's fine if we don't want our dog in your stadium. So we'll whoop on you. Go Ags, beat the hell out of Texas. But
yes,
there's a lot of games on Friday.
I would tend to agree with everything you said in those last few sentences there. So, all right, let's take that off. Let's move on to good old. What do I got next? I think it's picks with Pops. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna hide this so we can see a little more clearly. So last week was a pretty good week for you and I. We tied. We both went 5-2 last week. So solid there. So I keep my lead in the standings. And you know, we both took the Cowboys, both took the Lions. You took Green Bay over Minnesota. We both took the Bills. That was one of our losses. We both took the Colts. So those were the two we lost. Everyone else we picked was a pretty good one. Seahawks over the Titans. You picked the Bears over the Steelers. Good call there. And then, and especially with Aaron Rodgers being out. And then you had the Browns over the Raiders, which I was thankfully that was my upset of the week, which I don't know if I really just wanted to pick the toilet bowl. and then Patriots over the Bengals. So this week, folks, if you're new to the show, we always pick the NFC East games as well as the Texans game, and then we have 2 wild cards for a total of 7 games, or there might be more wild card games depending on how many NFC East games there are that week. So this week, we got the Broncos at Washington. Where are you going with that? I'm sure the crew would tell you you're crazy if we were still on the network with them. If you don't go with Broncos.
I am going with the Broncos. I think the Commanders just have issues. And
well, I mean, the biggest issue is their quarterback being hurt. So,
yeah.
So,
I'm going Broncos.
I would agree with you going with Broncos. And then we got the Giants at the Patriots.
This is my upset of the week. I think the Giants are going to beat the Patriots. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm going crazy on that, but I just have a feeling that the Patriots are getting a little full of themselves. So that's my upset of the week right there. The Giants take down the Patriots.
All right. Now I'm going with the Patriots. I can't go with you on that one. No way in Hizzle. All right. We got the Bears going to the Eagles. I am taking the Bears on the road in Philly. I think the Eagles are going to come down to earth a little bit. You saw their offense continue to struggle after that first 3 drives. So I'm taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears also. I think the Bears are on a roll right now, and the Eagles are on a downhill slide. And I think they just, listening to Hurts interviews this week, you can't even make out what the hell he's saying. There's no point to what he's saying. He's saying, well, we need to find our identity. We don't know what it is, but when we're on the field, that's what it will be. It's like, what the hell are you saying, dude?
Yeah.
So
all kinds of craziness over there. All right, the last NFC East game, we got the Chiefs at the Cowboys. You think I've learned my lesson picking against Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going Cowboys. I'm going to be a homer on this one. I think they're going to ride. I think it's going to be a hell of an end of the season right now with the way they're cooking. So I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys too. I think the Cowboys are just, they're very motivated right now. I think they're galvanized. I think this win does a lot for their confidence. And I just think this defense is better with the people that the trades, obviously, and getting some of these players back. I just think that defense is what's going to make the difference. And obviously, with Pickens and the offense, I say the defense, but the offense is red hot right now. So, yeah, I'm going Cowboys. I think it's going to be a good turkey day.
I'm sorry, man. The whole time you're talking, you're looking down and we just see the top of your head. It's like just a weird top of a bald head just talking to the people.
Well, there you
go. All right. We got Texans at the Colts. Texans coming off a big win against the Bills on the road in Indianapolis. I'm going upset. I'm gonna pick the Texans on this one.
You think that's an upset?
I do. The Colts are still like the number 2 seed in the AFC. So,
well, I picked the Texans also. So, I just think the defense is just that's what's carrying the Texans right now. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything as far as the playoffs or anything, but I think that defense is just it's going to cause havoc with Indiana Jones, turn him into no show Jones.
All righty. All right. Now we got our wild card games. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't talk about these pre-hand. We may pick the same ones. We may not. First one I got is Bengals at the Ravens. I am taking the Ravens. And so what is your first wild card game?
It's that same game, but Burrow has been listed as active for this game. So I'm going to say that Burrow coming back infuses this team with some confidence, and the Bengals go into Baltimore and beat the Ravens. So
Ladies
there
and
you go.
gentlemen, perfect example of why you don't smoke crack. All right. Packers on the road in Detroit is my next one. This one I've had a tough decision on, but I am picking the Packers on the road in Detroit.
Well, that is also my wild card game.
Okay.
But I'm going to say the Lions are going to come in roaring and eat all that cheese. So the Lions win this game.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Picks with Pops. So you could have sponsored this segment. Just saying. Could have been you in your company. All right. Let's hear our last word from our sponsor. Then we're going to get into some MLB trade talk, some NBA Cup talk, and then making the most of your moment. Roll it.
Attention leaders planning your 2025 leadership retreat. Are you about to throw $30,000 to $40,000 out the door on flashy speakers and trendy activities that lose impact in 2 months? Don't waste your budget on short-lived inspiration. Partner with Easy Leadership and harness the disc work of leaders to gain real data insights into your company's real-world issues. We'll uncover your team's strengths and tackle critical challenges in vision, alignment, and execution, creating a strategic action plan that drives lasting, measurable results. Act now. Contact Easy Leadership at easyleadership.com to invest in leadership that transforms your organization for the long haul.
Well, there you have it. Check out easyleadership.com. Like I said, if you're planning a retreat, we can help you out. Get real data and come up with real stuff that's not forgotten by the time you get to March. And that is it.
That is it. All right. All righty. So the Texas Rangers, like I said, we do not talk a ton of Major League Baseball this time of the year, but it is that busy time of the year for trade signings, those type of things. And the Rangers said they wanted to shed payroll. They did that a little bit, but at the end of the day, they still added $20 million. They traded Marcus Semien, the Gold Glove. He won a Gold Glove this year, but he struggled at the plate. The second baseman for Nimmo from the Mets. It's an offensive upgrade, especially based off of last year. And I think it says the Rangers aren't necessarily giving up, but they shedded about $5 million a year. Now they added, I think, an extra year longer than they would have had Semien. But I think it was a smart move, a good move. I know you're not a big in the weeds baseball guy, but Nimmo, hit almost 30 homers last year, almost 100 RBIs. Will end up playing second base for them, and I think it was a smart move by the Rangers. So I'm not sure if you have a take on this, but that was the one Major League Baseball story I wanted to get to.
I don't really have a take on it. It's way too early for baseball, and I'm an Astros fan. So,
yeah, trader. All right, moving on. The NBA Cup has started. Are you excited?
The what?
The NBA Cup, the in-season tournament to win the Commissioner's Cup, has started. Have you been watching? Have you been like, oh my God, I can't miss a game?
Yeah. I can tell you more about what's going on with the WNBA right now than that.
Which is nothing because the WNBA is irrelevant. So it's about as irrelevant.
Actually, they just picked their USA team. So
Well,
there's
the
stuff going
WNBA
on with
doesn't
women's
pick the team.
basketball that actually matters.
No, the USA women's national team picked their team. The WNBA
Yeah,
did
that's what
not
I'm talking
pick
about.
the women's team.
I'm just. Do they play in the WNBA? The women that are on that team.
The U.S. women's national team as a team does not play in the NBA or WNBA.
In the WNBA.
No, they as a team they don't. They're individuals from WNBA.
I'm not saying as a team they're goofball. I'm saying the players.
I mean,
They don't play in the WNBA, but they don't have a team that's called the team. Duh!
it's an irrelevant sport, man. Just accept it.
It is
I know
not irrelevant.
just follow your girls
Sailing
on
is
social
irrelevant.
media and be happy.
WNBA is not irrelevant. I'm gonna sick Sophie on you.
I mean, feel free, but people like individuals.
She will throw you down and then step on your head.
And she'll probably break her ankle in the process.
Nope.
So, and why are you pinning me against Sophie? I like Sophie Cunningham. I'm just saying the league as a whole is irrelevant.
No, it's not.
They still didn't make money this year.
They're never going to make money.
Then they're irrelevant.
They are not irrelevant.
Anyway.
The ladies need to have a sport that they can compete in.
Do they need to have if it was any other league that isn't subsidized by the men's league, it wouldn't survive. It's a league that's folded twice.
We know that. But we have America's team in the Indiana Fever. I got a fever
your team.
For the Indiana Fever.
It's your team.
They're going to win the championship this year. Mark my words. Sophie, Caitlin.
And that league does all it can to push down their star. So, just ridiculous. Keyword, I said star. Not stars. They only have a star. So
I would not say that.
I didn't. Name me another one who has mass appeal. I mean, some people are going to say the Reese girl, but I don't know.
No, Reese does not. Reese needs to stop going out on these freaking fashion things or whatever. Put her damn clothes back on. Learn how to play basketball.
Ooh, controversial take there.
Yeah, well.
All
she
right.
needs to start working on her game and stop her wanting to be popular, correct?
Well, she's only making $80,000 a year in the WNBA and said, I will not accept my raise to 300,000+ a year. So I hope they sit out and you're just going to realize how irrelevant it actually is. So it's going to do irreparable damage to that league. Just like when hockey held out in the mid 2000s. It's finally recovering 15, 20 years later. So, all right. Anyways, I will say this about the NBA. Yes, the NBA Cup is stupid. I can't stand the midseason tournament. But I will say, I hate to admit it, but the Lakers are looking good. Skinny Luka is looking like an MVP. LeBron came back. He had his best game last night. And Austin Reeves somehow has turned into a beast. You know, I just don't understand how a league of the greatest athletes in the world, because I do think basketball players are the greatest athletes in the world, is being dominated by slow white dudes. So I really don't get
greatest?
it.
Did you just say basketball players are the greatest athletes in the world?
Yes. 100%.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
You have a guy on the Thunder, looks like he hasn't ate ever in his whole life. He maybe
you're
had
right.
a bean.
And you also have a offensive lineman on said random NFL team who has eaten too much, and you're going to call him an athlete.
No, I will say that there are Olympic athletes that are way better as far as
that are very
gymnasts.
specified in their skill set.
Specify? Oh, basketball is not specified.
Basketball is the most transferable set of skills to any other sport there is.
Shooting a ball through a basket is a transferable skill.
The hands, the feet, the level endurance, the athleticism, the jumping, the running, dude, it all translates to every other sport on a very high level. Arguably the greatest tight end in NFL history didn't play college football or high school football. He played basketball. His name was Antonio Gates, if you remember. And he learned his skills, his hands, his feet, all in the game of basketball.
Greatest athletes in the world. This is your statement. The greatest athletes in the world play basketball.
I don't understand why
My
you think
mom
this
could beat half of them in an arm wrestling contest because they got sticks for arms.
Dude, arm wrestling is not an athletic feat.
Oh, here we go. Now it's
You
not
want
an
to
athletic.
break it down to a very specific set of a skill. Like, you're going to tell me that the archer in the Olympics is more athletic than Michael Jordan. No, you're not.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're
But
gonna
I
tell me-
guarantee you, Michael Phelps, who swam, was in way a much better athlete than any NBA athlete.
You think he was a greater athlete than Michael Jordan, than LeBron
Have
James?
you ever tried to do swimming?
I'm not talking about being conditioned to swim. I'm talking about the athleticism.
You said athleticism.
Yes.
And so
You're talking about the
to
skill.
swim 2 miles.
I can't believe this is how moronic you are. You're talking about the skill of swimming, not the ability to have the athleticism to swim. Those are two different things.
Let's go back to your statement. Your statement said the greatest athletes, you didn't say who have athletic skill, you said the greatest athletes
are in the NBA.
basketball.
Yes, that play basketball. I'll break it down even simpler to you. You can't take a round mound offensive lineman off the high school football field and put them and let them be successful at high level basketball in 5-6A basketball. It doesn't happen. But you can take a guy who hasn't played 4 years and he can go out and be the starting wide receiver for a 5A team. A 6A team. Don't argue, because one of my players just did it this year. He hadn't played football since 6th grade and goes out and is the starting wide receiver for the varsity football team. But you ain't taking the center.
You're going to sit here and say that they are stronger than rugby players. They are more
I didn't say they're
athletic than
stronger. I
soccer
said
players.
they're more athletic.
Than Olympians.
Yes,
and
because they are Olympians.
Boxers that you would pick
a boxer. Bam, 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 bam. Shit. Anyone can go in a gym and hit a bag.
Oh my goodness. You just said boxers.
I did. Yes, I did. They are the best athletes in the world.
Basketball players? Are you kidding me?
Yes. I'm not kidding you.
Okay.
I don't understand the fact that this has even become a debate.
Tried to do boxing? A certain Will Chamberlain tried to do boxing? And he lasted basically one round?
And how many boxers have gone into the NBA? None.
That's because, why would I? Because I'm an athlete. I'm not going to just bounce a ball and shoot it through a basket.
Listen, dude, the fact that you're discounting the skill that it takes to play one of the most skillful games in the world.
Why is if basketball players are such great athletes, why is the WNBA so irrelevant if they are the greatest athletes in the world?
I said NBA players are the greatest athletes in the world.
You said the sport of basketball
No,
makes
dude,
them that way.
I'll clip it for you and send it to you. I said NBA basketball players are the greatest athletes in the world. I said the players in the NBA are the greatest athletes in the world. I don't understand why this is even a debate.
You have lost your mind.
Because
you
guess
have
what?
lost your damn mind.
You could
There
put
is
LeBron
no
James.
way.
You could put LeBron James, and he would be in his athletic prime, be the best tight end / wide receiver in the NFL.
No, he wouldn't, because he can't flop in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, he can. Did you see Tyler Guyton flop and get a 15-yard penalty called for us?
Yeah, now that was some good acting.
No, that's called flopping. Don't even try to justify
That was good
it.
acting.
It's not.
That was good.
Anyways, I just
That
can't
was like
believe
a
your take on this.
5-year-old who didn't get his toy at Walmart.
The fact that you would even suggest that the greatest athlete in the history of man or in the history of the United States is Michael Jordan. And the fact that you would even sit here and say Michael Phelps, who does one specific skill, is a better athlete.
You know what? I'm going to say bullshit. I'm going to say he's the best basketball player, but I'm going to say Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders were better athletes than Michael Jordan. They played two sports at the highest level. Your Michael Jordan tried to do that and barely survived and had to come back to his original sport. So, no, I'm not going to agree with that statement because Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders were better athletes than Michael Jordan. He was the best basketball player.
I'm going to disagree with you on that because those two players never stopped playing baseball. Michael Jordan stopped playing before he got to high school. And then he went and had a successful minor league career. If you understood the intricacies and the difficulties to hit a baseball and what he did with the Barons and the Chicago White Sox.
You trying to talk like Mike Tyson now?
No, I'm not.
You understood the intricacies.
That's not what the fuck I said. You heard what the fuck I said. I said it very clearly. Don't even start that bullshit. All right.
Don't even start that bullshit. I said it very clearly.
All right. Thank God we're up against this because I'm about done with you. It's like I don't.
You're gonna say you're gonna stick to your guns that Michael Jordan was a better athlete than Bo Jackson.
That is a phenomenal debate that we can have another day. But I will pick Michael Jordan as the greatest athlete of all time.
Wow. I would say he's the best basketball player, bar none. But the greatest athlete, we're going to have this debate next show.
It may be next show. It may be never.
Who are the top 5 greatest athletes ever?
That's a great topic. So, but before we wrap up the show, let's move on from this. Good Lord. You have a making the most of your moment. It's a good one. I love it. And go ahead and show the people the making the most of your moment segment tonight.
Well, it has to do with Elijah Clark, undrafted free agent. And he chose what it is. I don't see it on the screen. Where is it?
I don't know what happened.
I don't. Okay, let me put it back up here. Add to the stage.
There you go.
But the fact that this kid wasn't drafted, you get put on special teams, and you go, and he just boom. Okay, why did the video stop? There it goes.
Go rewind it.
Yeah, it glitched. But boom, he gets hit. Why does the video keep stopping?
Your internet sucks, apparently.
It's not the internet. It's this stupid video.
All right. Well, anyways, Elijah Clark, he gets hit multiple times. Then what does he do?
He goes down the field and causes the fumble, which helps Dallas. But the point is that he just didn't give up on the play. And it's the resiliency of making the most of what they've given you. I mean, he doesn't get to play in any other places on the football team. It's special teams, but he goes down there and just continues to fight. And even though he did get blocked, there was a blocking in the back on him, but he causes a fumble that helps his team win the game. And he just says, "Man, you just got to keep fighting." So, it was he made the most of his moment that night, because if it wasn't for guys like him, that sometimes those unsung heroes that are out there are able to help turn the game around, and they've just been waiting for a chance to people to call their name. Well, he got his name called in this game against the Eagles, and proved that he was worthy of making the most of your moment. I guess I picked one of the videos where it's jacked up. I don't know why.
Apparently. So.
But there you go.
All right. Yeah. So tidbits. Any tidbits on the horizon? Or randoms?
Oh, for me? Well, not a whole lot, to be honest with you. My tidbit is I really hope Lamb gets it together tomorrow. I mean, I do think I like Brandon Cooks. He's a player that I think he's a good guy. He just hasn't had the greatest NFL career, but he just signed with the Buffalo Bills. I actually think that's actually going to help them. But congratulations to Brandon. I'm glad you found a team. And then, like I said, tomorrow, I think I really want CeeDee Lamb to bounce back. It's weird. He had that same issue against the Eagles before. It's just weird that he's having those problems. But so those are just kind of my tidbits right now.
Yeah. Only thing I got is this guy right here commenting. Can someone message me from here? You're posting in my group. One, I don't even know who the hell you are. And then it took me some research, and you have a public group that is a sports group that the Tired Sports Network is a part of. And don't make your group public, or don't approve the post if you don't want it in there. So how about instead of commenting and crying about it, you just take care of your own business, Will? That's my tidbit.
Well, maybe he's not crying about it. Maybe he wants to promote us. Be nice.
No, he literally said you're posting in my group. So I found what group it was, and it says it's pending admin approval. Then just delete it and move on. Like I was sharing every group with Tired Sports Network because
maybe like I said, maybe he's wants to post. Maybe he's just trying to get to know you. You're being all negative and stuff. You don't know that.
You're just trying to be Mr. Optimism.
Will, contact me. I'm the nice guy. I'll see if you want to promote us in there. We'll let you promote us.
He's not promoting because he didn't approve the post, dude.
He said, can someone message me from here?
You are posting in my group.
He just wants to know who we are.
It's from the Tired Sports Network. He knows who the hell Tired Sports Network is.
Yeah, maybe you don't, man. Maybe there's 1,000 people in his group. You don't know.
There's 417 people in his group.
So he's just trying to figure it out.
Listen, I love how you be the optimist guy. I love how you're the optimist guy in this situation, but the message on how he worded it is clearly negative.
How could he have worded that? How could he have worded that any better than just saying, can someone message me from here? He didn't say, stop fucking posting in my group. He just said, can someone message me from here because you're posting in my group? He just wants to know who we are.
He doesn't want to know who we are. He wants to know who's posting so he can tell us to shut the fuck up.
You don't know that. You don't even know the guy.
You know what? I'll send you the group and you can message him and you can sing. You can hold hands and sing "Kumbaya" with him tomorrow.
I'm not gonna do what you do with Josh Allen.
Listen, you and Will can Malakowski Jr. All right. All right.
All I'm saying is the guy didn't say anything negative. He just said, can you message me?
He said, you are posting in my group. That's what he's saying. It's his group and we're posting in it. He's got a problem with it.
It sounds like you got a problem with it. He didn't have no problem. He's just trying to get to know you. You may have missed the biggest opportunity we ever had because maybe he likes what we're posting and he wants to know us.
Yeah. From a group with 417 people, we're missing the biggest opportunity we've ever had.
There's 417 people that might get interested in what we do.
If he wanted to promote us, he would have shared the post, dude. It's still sitting in admin approval.
I just think you're being all negative on people when you could have just messaged them, hey, we are this and this. And so
I'm not wasting my time with someone like that.
But you just instantly attacked the guy.
All I said, you're the one who pushed me to this.
I pushed you.
Yes.
You're the one who put it as your
this idea.
You put it as your
I said, take care of your own
this
business.
motherfucker is posted in his group. Shut the fuck up. That's basically what you said.
That's not what I said originally. Okay. But if you have your own Facebook group over here and you don't want people posting in it, then make it private.
Fuck. But maybe you want to meet people. Maybe that's why he wants more friends.
He doesn't want to.
Please
he would have
message me
directly. He wouldn't have commented on the feed.
You're so mean, man. You're so mean. You go to the negative on him all of a sudden. Motherfucker said, well, post in your group to just delete that shit.
If you wanted to promote me, you would scan the screen here and contact us and DM us. You wouldn't post it on that. You wouldn't comment on that. All weird and shit. Okay?
So weird and shit. Can someone message? He didn't say, hey, can someone message me here?
You don't know the tone he was saying it in. You don't know the tone? He might have been saying, hey, can someone message me from here?
He said, hey, I got some balls here. I want you to message me in my group.
Listen, hey, you ain't got to worry about it anymore anyway. That post, that sharing was from Tired Sports Network, which this is the last episode that'll be airing for Tired Sports Network. We are dissolving Tired Sports Network. We will be on our own. Maybe something will happen in the future. The two founding members, they let it go, and then we just kind of, didn't work out. So I wish sorry in advance all the best and luck. I wish Nick and his wrestling show.
Do you wish Will Mikowski Jr.
I'm not gonna wish Will Mikowski Jr. anything right now. Okay, you're baiting me again. You're being a jerk right now. So I wish the crew all the best in the world as well. And if Dustin ever gets back in the game, I wish him well as well.
We are going to miss y'all. Even the Philly show, we're going to miss you.
Well, we're probably still going to do some cross promotion and be on each other's podcast, but we're all just going to be solo for now, and I think it's in everyone's best interest. So, coming soon, ontimesportstalk.com is going to be coming out here in the next few months. So where you can get merch like this that I'm wearing, as well as our stream and any information about us. So, with that being said, I'm excited to see you at Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. If you see what Linda was saying over here, I don't know if you saw any of them, but
Yeah, she did. I saw. So
she's in the living room.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
She
Once
not
again,
only has to hear it coming from the office, she's watching it on the television right now, so she hears it here and then there. It's like delayed surround sound.
You need to give your husband a hug. He's being mean to people. He's like, that motherfucker ain't gonna tell me I can't post on his shit.
That's not what I said.
Post whatever the fuck I want to post. If you don't like my post, you get rid of my post.
That's not essentially what that's putting it in.
That's
more
what was in your
words.
head. It didn't come out of your mouth that way, but that was that little dude in your head.
Listen,
you can't be telling me I can't post, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, man, if you have your own Facebook group that you let people in and you are whining about them posting in it, don't have a Facebook group. Like, it is what it is. Either approve it or don't approve it.
Facebook group, maybe you just want to meet people who's in there. Maybe he's like I said, maybe he's like, hey, I want to meet you. I want to meet you. I want to meet you.
No, he doesn't want to meet us. Listen,
you don't know that.
I do know that, or he would have already commented again with something else. It's a sports debate page. Like, that's what we do, and you don't want it shared in
That's
there?
maybe why he's like, hey, these guys are great. Could you message me? Because you're posted in my group. I wanted to find out who you guys are. But no, you're like, that motherfucker all weird. Tell me I can't be posting in his group. I'll kick his ass. Get that. Fine. Just delete me, motherfucker.
Well, I will say, based on his profile picture, it'd be pretty easy to kick his ass. So, not worried about that.
Damn, see, I'm sorry, Will. He does not reflect the opinions of this entire show.
Well, I am the founder, CEO, COO, every C with it. Creator, producer, writer, all that. So I don't, whatever sliver of the show you represent, I guess I don't represent that part.
So what does CEO stand for? Do you even know what CEO stands for?
Chief Executive Officer.
Actually, it stands for crappy, energy, elusive.
Elusive.
Where I'm going with this.
What are you talking about? Oh my God. Did you really not expect me to know what CEO stood for? Like, COO is Chief Operating Officer, CFO is Chief Financial Officer. Come on now. Just because you got an MBA and I'm a sports management master, come on. We don't. You know I'm better than that. Come on.
It's a CPO.
All right. What?
What's a CPO?
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, I don't know that one. Chief Payroll Officer.
You don't know what a Chief Petty Officer is?
Oh, I was thinking business, man.
Actually, it's called a Chief People Officer or Chief Program Officer. See, I got you. You. Don't be posting in my group no more because you don't even know your damn acronym.
All right. All right. Well, we're done with this bullshit. Hopefully you're entertained because you just might be. We love y'all. Peace. We're out of here.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.